trust me when I say, if you think there's a reason why you can't do something, you can.
I keep getting the image of her running through a field with the tall grass, enjoying the sunshine, just frolicking.
Start listening to your own guides. Start listening to the sun.
The only thing that makes you jealous, fearful, and angry is your perception upon the situation.
Hello, everybody. This is me. That's Mike. We doing this unfiltered style tonight.
I almost forgot to add us.
Hey, Keith, how you doing? I don't know how Keith is able to get in early every time, and like he's there before we get started. Hey, Jessica.
Have you ever watched a video of yourself or recording and just go to yourself, just go, man, just shut up.
Hey, Lori. Hey, Carol. The funny thing is Todd for about, hey, Tim, about a year tried to get me to rewatch anything, and I refused. He's like, it's good for you to learn. I'm like, then I'll learn to shut up, so I'm not going to do that. So then it was like, finally somebody convinced me when that episode of the Ghost Finders I was actually on site for. Where's your mustache? Mike's wearing it tonight. They got me to actually at least listen to it, so because I couldn't watch it, so I listened to it, and then I was like, I didn't even realize it was me. I realized my voice does not sound like my voice.
I didn't know, Lori. I wasn't telling her to shut up. It was, we were listening to the intro. Well, I was, and there's times I hear my voice and I see my face and just want to go, shut up.
Yeah, I get it. I'm the same. I used to think I had this great voice until I heard it. I'm like, no, it's not so great. It's not very great at all. So I try not to. So how has your week been out in the sun? Yes, guys, you did not buy a tanning bed. Good evening.
That's done. We've been off and on storms, a lot of windstorms. It was pretty cold the last couple days, and then today it just jumped up to 72.
Wow.
And then next week it's supposed to be almost in the 80s.
Wow, that's incredible. How's your daughter? I've been kind of watching it. I haven't seen any more updates. And I'm like, oh my God, how is she?
She's back to her normal self.
Is she?
She's running around trying to hit me with her cast. She's just independent with it. She's doing really good.
Awesome. That had been scary for you.
It was
so scary.
Yeah. Especially when they said that they had to put her under and anesthesia on a 4-year-old. It was a little scary. It was. She was scared.
Yeah.
But she got through it.
Wow, what a little trooper. What a little trooper. Yeah. I was sending so many prayers, like, oh my gosh, little one, come on. We need
I can't say I don't there's nothing bad I can say about the hospital.
Right.
When you see the process of a child, it went very fast. It was very quick.
Right.
And every time they saw her scared, they walked her through the process and they told her, what was going to happen. And, she did it, got it over with.
What a little trooper. Oh my gosh. She's just to go through that and be smiling is just so huge. So huge.
Oh yeah.
I love hearing that. Love.
She won't let anybody write on it because
Really?
It's purple. No, she's like she's like, nobody's allowed to write on it.
That is so cute. That's funny because my granddaughter, gosh, she broke her arm about the same age. In fact, she turned 4 and a few months later broke her arm because she went into kindergarten with her cast, and she didn't like it plain. So the first one her actual cast was purple because it's her favorite color, but I drew fairies. I painted fairies and unicorns all over it for her. And I'm not a great artist, but she was still quite impressed with it. And then when she got out of the cast and went into physical therapy, they had to have the hard splint like I was wearing a month ago. And then we put stickers all over it. So, she let me bedazzle her basically.
Yeah, she still had the same sarcastic attitude even in the hospital.
She is her
There's
daughter.
there was one time one of the nurses came walking in, and it was right as soon as she got taken out of the emergency room and into her room. One of the nurses comes walking in, and she goes, "Well," in her childlike voice, she goes, "Well, who do we have here?" And my daughter, she just looks at her and goes, "Me."
That's awesome.
I,
Who else do you have here? What do you do at that point? You are
I
you,
didn't know what to
Tim.
do.
It is you, Tim. It was you, Tim, the first time when you said hi, Lady and Mike Bandy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. I love it. I love it. So, how's your studies doing?
Not too bad.
Not too
Dingy,
bad.
how are they going?
Well, I had a nervous breakdown yesterday with it. I was having well, I decided yesterday was the day to get started, and I literally brought up the website and went, I can't find anything at all. So I called Tim and I said, Tim, I'm having a nervous breakdown. And he's like, he was just reassuring me it's not an intuitive site, it's a little bit more difficult. And I'm like, thank you, thank you. And as he talked to me and told me at least a bunch of stuff to look for, I was like, I was able to download everything and literally like print it all. And I've got myself all organized. And I did the first
Nice.
module in the introduction today. So I figured I'm rocking it at this point. I know y'all are like way ahead of me. I get this.
I'm mixing two of the processes together.
Are you?
That I'm doing? Yeah, I'm learning the process that they teach you in those courses on top of the gateway experience.
Oh,
So I'm
wow.
kind of combining the two together.
Don't do that to me because then you'll have me sign up for something else and I don't have time for something.
I really don't either.
I'm like, are you studying at like 2:00 in the morning? Like, hey, I can't sleep right now.
No, actually, the greatest thing for me is I work full time and I do the classes full time because I can wear headphones at work. So I listen to the webinars, and I think I'm through the first 4, but I've listened to each one twice already.
Wow.
So I'm able to just listen to them as I work.
Wow, that's incredible. I'm sitting there going, I'm gonna wait until I'm traveling and listen to the webinars. Because what else am I gonna do for 5 or 6 hours? I have a
Right.
few trips that are like 7 to 8 hours to go. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do like catch up on webinars all at once.
Yeah, they're anywhere between an hour to 2 hours long. So
Yeah, it'll be
yeah.
incredible. Oh my gosh. I'm just calling you and Tim going, hey guys, I need help. I need help. My old brain, I don't know if it's made for studying anymore.
Then
Tim
there's
says I'm
me. I
making
just can't get
progress
enough.
with this. You know what? Tim is like the best study buddy ever because he's actually mapped out how much time I gotta spend each week to do this in like 2 years. So he knows how busy I am. So he's like so encouraging, like you got this, you can do this, and yeah, it's pretty incredible.
It's always nice to have,
It is. It is.
the structure and to see the steps you got to take.
Well, I
Like
wasn't.
I'm already thinking of my thesis and my dissertation paper ideas, and I just started. Why am I thinking of this?
I don't know because I'm thinking they want me. I'm in the beginning going, you need to meditate. Oh hell, no. And I'm thinking all the way through in her dog shit. I'm going, I don't want to meditate. And you want me to do this every day?
I don't think it's necessary. I think I mean, I'm not a meditator,
Right.
but the gateway experience, what I'm working on right now, that actually put me in a meditative state. That actually worked.
Wow.
And I've grown. I love it. I love the way it feels to be under that type of meditation.
That's
But yeah, I think it's meditation. Same with anything, any even investigation divinations. It's as long as the intent's there.
right. That's true. Jessica, I am going for my doctorate in metaphysical sciences. Mike, you're going for your doctorate in
Spiritual healing.
spiritual healing. Tim is going through his doctorate for metaphysical sciences. So,
And it's awesome. I just love that there's no structure. I mean, I don't like the fact that there's no homework. I don't like that it's do all this reading, listen to these lectures and webinars, and then take your exams, and then bam, your bachelor's is done.
right.
But there's nothing in between. I want tested. I want homework. I want, to keep the mind fresh.
So at this point, I've discovered we've got Hermione, Harry, and Ron of of Hogwarts, and you are definitely the Hermione.
I want to study.
You want to study. Don't take the exam away. I'm like Harry. I'm hiding someplace, blanket over my head, creating
Because
mystery.
you already know what you're doing.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I'll go play someplace else. That's what I'm doing. I love it. Keith is like, just give me a card. Just give me a card. Keith, we'll get there. I promise. Besides, I bought new cards. I did it again.
Uh-oh.
I know. I did it. I went to a store. I played. There was a deck, and it went home with me. Not good. Did you buy a deck?
Oh, no. I heard my daughter yelling, and out there, broken arm, just going down the slide.
There
Who
you
cares
go.
in the world?
Congratulations, Jess. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. I love how kids are so resilient. I love it. That's awesome. I would just would look. I don't blame me. I'm kidding. It's like, come on, guys. You guys are just. Yep. New deck, guys. I used him yesterday. So, and Todd, I can't believe, said this is his new favorite deck. I never thought he'd ever come off my Halloween cards because he loves my Halloween cards so much. And after seeing these, he's like, no, new favorite. So now they're a new staple. Tim, now that you have two hands to shuffle. I do have two hands, but this one's not working as well as it needs to yet, Tim. I am literally just rebelling and I refuse to put my brace on, is what it is. So, Mike, you need to give me some advice. This last weekend, I taught. Okay, I taught on Sunday. Thank you, Keith. And I was doing great. And then halfway through, I sent everybody to lunch and they came back and my throat chakra plugged. Like, oh my gosh, like coughing and hacking and just, I'm going, my throat chakra is just shut down. And I was like, I didn't feel like it was one of them, but I did blame it on them. So I don't know which one of you is having issues, but I know it was mine, and I couldn't figure out for the life of me why my throat chakra was shutting down.
Huh.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was speaking my truth.
Oh, you were?
Well, yeah, I was teaching. So I was all my element of passion, like, hey, let's do this. Except for, you know what? I was teaching. We all know I don't care for the medical field anymore. I mean, just in general, because it's not my gig. But out of 6 people, I had 2 RNs, a nurse practitioner, and an EMS worker that might have done it. Like, ugh. They were wonderful women, though. Wonderful, wonderful women.
Huh. That's a tough one. I mean,
I couldn't figure it out for anything.
You're stuck on Courtney's comment.
Michael, it was what it.
That is I don't know. I mean, if you're teaching something and you're talking about something you enjoy, it's correct.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to lie about something that you don't. You're not going to teach something that you don't think is the truth.
Exactly.
Um,
So I was wondering if maybe it was just because I was facing, all those things that, what I just don't resonate with anymore. And I was like, oh, ward off,
but
like, you know,
it could be like you know that you have a different feeling for them, so there's kind of like that bias there for you,
right.
I guess.
Oh, maybe that's a good explanation, you know, because I'll tell you what, it was very weird. It was very, very weird is all I can say, you know. So, oh my gosh.
Well,
Should we get started? I mean, they're all kind of looking at us saying nobody's enjoying our conversation here, you know?
we actually didn't really have much to talk about, but we kind of roll with it.
We're both like, it's been a pretty good week. I mean, honestly, we've done some studying, we've done some this. Anne, hello, my love. I
Hello.
love Anne. I'll tell you what. She just got done with her show, and I bopped in to say, "Hey, gorgeous, how you doing? Any advice if possible? All right, appreciate it." Todd put somebody else's comment on. It's like, "Hey, it's for you." She made me go first or second, actually. Sexy Legos. I got a new one on a. I got a new one. I just bought Saturday. You'd love these. Not true. I love the pre-show, Tim. You just love to watch us banner, and I think both of us are kind of tired tonight. Kind of look at each other like, "Yeah, we'll do it." So I'm
It
gonna, huh?
doing having 4 months off and then getting back into lugging wheelbarrows really that takes a toll on your body.
It does. Every night I'm like, "Oh, he might just say not tonight," and I'd be like, "That's okay. I'll yank on in." You know?
It's my it's become, therapeutic for me to do this,
Yeah,
once, at least once a week. It helps me learn more and, teach more. And that's what I want to do more of. And I want to get out of my job. I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. I want to, evolve in what I'm doing. So you got to take action. You can't just hope you're going to get somewhere without,
exactly.
taking action. So this is a start.
I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. Well, I'm pulling for Anne right off the bat. I'm pulling for Anne. I love her. Got to put her first because she does the same thing for me. Not that everybody else is really jumping to questions either, but you know what I mean.
I just want to throw out there that I kind of think I already know like the area. I just
Do
want to
you,
see what you think.
for Anne? Anne, wow, I'm really liking this for Anne because I actually pulled 3 cards and I'm like, "Oh, how are these kind of working together?" Um, I'm trying to like star things too as we go. Um, so Anne, I'm going to tell you right now, I feel like you're really into the cards I pulled for you were actually 3 different cards: action, protection, and then beauty. And I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, how do these all go together?" And honestly, I looked more like action, like, you got a lot going on right now. And I do know you're doing the fair and everything else, but it's just a lot going on. I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes for you also. So I just feel like on so many fronts, the behind your life, you're finally getting unstuck, like you're finally starting to get that unstuck feeling, and kind of which way to go with it. And at the same time, it's like this feeling of being stuck, this feeling about like, "Oh my gosh, is this my life?" I know you love what you're doing, but I just feel like it's kind of like, what more is there? What is there else to do? And I do feel like the behind the scenes is finally starting to work in your favor. Like all bullshit aside, I feel like that's what you finally says. Like, all bullshit aside, I'm just putting all this crap to the side of me. You're doing you're doing yourself beautifully, and that's all that matters. But I'm seeing also the protection card with this. I don't feel like the protection is from other people or other people around you as much as I feel like this is you protecting your own energy. It's like the bubble up buttercup, take care of yourself, doing a lot of self awareness, self hygiene, really kind of not letting yourself get worn down, because I'm almost wondering if you're just kind of getting tired and worn down and like, even, oh my God forbid, not even able to drink your wine. You know what I mean? Just not even able to, like, too tired to do that. And I feel like that's a big thing of the protection. So it's protecting your own self. And it's always, honey, just be you in this whole process, because a beauty card to me just screams Anne. I mean, it really does. Look at that flower that looks like those big old red lips. That's Anne. And I do feel like with all of this is really about you moving forward and you finally just going, you know what, this is me. This is my gig. This is my brand. Piss on the rest of the world. I'm doing me and you're doing it beautifully, hon. So just kind of keep going forward in that direction because I think things are going to really start to happen, like more gigs, more awareness and more people coming to you. Go for it, Mike.
I was, even before you started that reading, I went straight to the heart.
Oh, did you?
I felt it. I did. But I felt it in a way that was she's losing love for herself.
She
I
says she
think you
hasn't drank
need to.
wine in over a month.
Hey, that's a good thing.
Not when it's on A. On A drinks wine.
You're losing touch with yourself. You got to love yourself a little bit more. Focus on that heart chakra. Believe it or not, our hearts do grieve more when we reject or ignore ourselves. I would recommend, spending some time in nature. Reach out to a friend. Maybe forgive somebody if you journal. If you're one of those people that like to journal, like myself, write a letter to someone. Forgive somebody. Just find that compassion and unconditional love. Think about when do you fill your own cup? Do you take care of yourself before others? And really, do you fill your own needs before anybody else's? That's kind of what I was getting at. That's what I was drawn to. I hope that one helps. But
I like that.
I am a fast talker, aren't I?
You are. Well, you know what? I think you're just you spent too many weeks with me now, Mike. Just too many weeks. I tell people that all the time, like I talk really fast. Okay, we're going on to Keith. Sorry, Keith. You know what? Sorry, love. Sorry to everybody. But we're putting Keith up next. Anna is wonderful, Courtney. Oh, what did Keith say? Something about earlier up here in the comments. Keith was, yes, I was shoveling snow or shoveling ice last night. And then he was cleaning my seafood showcase last night. Was the ice in the seafood showcase? I'm confused. Anyway.
I mean, we had snow last week and 72 degrees today, so.
And he's like, I am not be a nature person, but she will totally do a nail salon. But thank you.
Anything.
You know what? Ani's got great nails. I love her nails. I love her nails. So let's have a quick talk competition. DeEtte against the rest of us.
I'm a close second.
I can out-talk anybody. I'll tell you what. Don't get me upset because then it's really bad. Then it's my mouth on speed. It's not good. It's not good. So Keith, open for a card. I love that. Oh my gosh. I did. Ane was here in Janesville and she wasn't able to get to her nail salon before she left. And girls with nails, we know each other. I mean, we got each other's backs. And I looked over, I'm like, hon, your nails are long and you're going to lose them while you're here. So I sent her to my nail lady and she did a great job. As a matter of fact, my nail lady after said, oh my God, them nails are so long. And I'm like,
that is true. I do have to say, women, that is the greatest thing they have. They're just smart naturally. They know everything about everyone in their lives. Like I'll go to work and my boss will. So we wear uniforms at work, and if I need like a new pair of pants, my wife will be like, "Oh, what size do you wear?" And every guy in the shop literally goes, "I have to ask my wife." I don't know what size pants I wear.
There you go. That's awesome. I love that. Oh my God, Carly. Oh, hi, Carly Bird. She said, I'm that way about paranormal stuff and guinea pigs. LOL. She is literally the queen on the guinea pigs. She got adorable ones too, just so you know. So let's get to Keith. I forgot I always share this into the Paraflex group and I totally forgot to do it. Oh my gosh. I feel behind here, Mike. It's the only place I actually share this anymore is just Paraflex. And I don't know why.
I have a feeling Keith's reading is going to have to be with confusion, not knowing what to do. Because even though it says that his job is feeling, it's been up and down there. I just feel like us getting off task
Each
is
time.
kind of dragging us away from that question.
Yeah. I
I don't know.
feel
This is the first time I'm reading it, and I'm like, wow, we have not gotten to this yet.
yeah, I know, I get it because I was wondering the same thing. And even as I'm, like, trying to bring it up, like, to share this, it's, like, almost another distraction, and I
Hmm.
actually am, like, going all over Timbuktu, like, onto the web to find it where and I'm like, "Why am I not even on Facebook?" As you're saying that, so it's, like, all this distraction everywhere and anywhere, so which is never good. So, Keith, we're gonna I promise I'm getting to. I do promise I am. I'm just
I think we're both just getting the energy out of that one.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think so. So let's pull a card for Keith, kind of see where we're at with him. Keith, I'm gonna beautiful Carly, I'm starring you, darling. Keith, I'm gonna tell you, I feel like you do have a lot going on because while I'm sitting here and I'm trying to get into your energy and not squirrel myself away someplace, your head's kind of spinning on me. Not horribly, but just enough to kind of make not a dizzy feeling, but it just kind of feels like this a little bit out of the loop, a little bit out of the ordinary, that type of thing going on. My heart's got some stuff going on, and my throat's gotten some stuff going on. And it just feels like you're working on all these chakras, like you're opening things up, you're moving yourself forward. I do feel like right now, darling, you got a lot from the other side coming in because I can just hear it coming in. Like things are opening up, and more information's coming in, and a lot of tickle tummies are happening. And I'm not sure if the information coming in is causing the tickle tummies, or if your stomach is just kind of like, oop, that feeling. So I honestly feel as if I got somebody in front of me that their abilities are starting to open up or something. But just a lot going on within yourself. And I hope Mike can pinpoint a chakra on that because I can't. But it's really funny because the card I pulled for you is the surrender card. Fucking A, that card's awesome. I love these cards. Oh, Mike,
That you know what I have been telling myself I want to change our intro, and that's going to be part of our intro. Fucking A,
this is
that's awesome.
but this is what it's about, Keith. You know what? I'm getting all this information, but I'm also getting that surrender card, which is all about just surrendering, all about just saying and taking the information in and going with it. If you've been struggling, and I think that's where I'm getting this struggle, this everything kind of going on and not knowing to go and not what to do and blah blah blah. You just need to learn to surrender to this energy, allow it all to flow, allow it to happen. Because when you start to surrender, yes, information is going to come in. Yes, all this it's gonna kind of go to hell in a handbasket. I won't lie, because initially you do, because it's healing your life, it's healing the chakras, it's getting you aligned. Because that's really our ultimate goal on earth is to have all these experiences, but also be healed by the time we go back. And you know what? This is what's happening to you. So I'm going to give that to Mike because that's a whole lot of chakras to look at.
Yeah.
Oh, Tim bought my card.
I would focus on the crown. I think that's a big one. Yeah, you're talking about being lined up and being connected and what was the one card you pulled? For some reason I lost train of thought.
Surrender.
Surrender.
Yep.
In the crown chakra, when it is imbalanced, is the one that gives you that spiritual bliss, that enlightenment, and that strong sense of connection. This is one of those you got to declare your highest intentions. I don't know, Keith, if you're religious, spiritual, believe in God or anything, but if you're, I don't want to word that one wrong, so I'm gonna go with that one. But if you get into mantras, focus on I ams. If you're spiritual, go with I am one with the divine. I am me. I am powerful, and really just kind of give into your faith. That's one thing I did that's gotten me where I am is I finally just said, you know what, I didn't believe in God for a majority of my life, and well, here I am now. I do. I believe there is a higher power.
You get a doctorate in it.
Right. It's something I never thought I would ever say,
Yeah.
So one of the questions I would ask myself if you journal or you do affirmations or anything and just thinking, what does it mean to surrender to a higher power? Is it easy or hard for me, and why? And a little tip, one of the things that I did, a good friend of mine, I don't know if you know Alicia Gutierrez,
No.
Cosmic Divine. She's a intuitive psychic as well. I met her in Vegas,
Oh.
and I was actually studying demonology.
Okay.
But the hardest part for me studying demonology is because I wanted to get into exorcisms and I wanted to get into that type of stuff from having a Roman Catholic background. And one of the things that was told to me was, as an atheist or somebody who doesn't believe in God, is forget what we are taught about God.
Mm-hmm.
Forget any images, forget what you were taught.
Right.
And build the God that you want out of the person you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to school studying, telling me that God, we are actually all God. It is all in our mind.
Right.
All it is. So when you understand that and you realize that and you get closer to faith, it makes it so much easier.
Yeah. And,
My life's never been better.
And it's really strange, Mike. It's the first words you said were to focus. You said focus to him several times, right?
Mm-hmm.
I literally had the deck like this, and I looked over at it, and the card was focus.
Yeah. There we go.
So there's your double thing there, Keith. There's your you can't make this stuff up. You really can't.
Yeah, Vegas was weird, Tim, because I actually met Anne in Vegas.
Oh.
Yeah, I met her there.
I wasn't in Vegas last year.
For the Vegas Paracon?
I was not there. No.
Yeah, that was a whole nother story.
We won't go there.
No.
I've heard.
It was a fun trip, I'll tell you what. Minus getting stuck at LAX for 9 hours.
Oh,
having all my luggage searched.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was flying with coffee.
Oh my gosh. You flew with coffee?
Yeah, we had Paraflix. We all of us had our own blend.
You don't find
Cleveland didn't care.
Unless you're at the airport.
I flew out of Cleveland. Cleveland searched my one bag and was like, okay, this is cool.
Right.
So I get to LAX, and LAX is like, apparently it was setting off the bomb detectors.
Oh.
I'm like, it's coffee.
Right. Thank you, Jess. Actually, guys, I actually wear makeup every week. I think I don't know, my hair. But I get that. Some people are like, you never wear makeup. I do actually every week, because without it, I'm like, it's not nice. But thank you. Oh my gosh, you poor thing in your coffee. Well, you've learned your lesson.
Oh yeah, Tim. I'm never traveling with coffee again. Ever.
There are things you
First they lost it when I got to LAX. They lost it in my fucking suitcase of coffee.
Oh, did you see Anne said we saw each other from across the lobby bar for the first time, and he towered over almost everyone there. And those beautiful blue eyes and that bright, beautiful smile that lit up the whole MGM.
You know who was the first person that was actually excited to see me there?
Who?
So I got in, or everybody was there all day, just at the bar drinking. I walk in, and there's Brian Kano was over there, the guy's Destination Fear, and Chad Lindbergh. Everybody's just at the bar drinking. Right. So I walk in and I see Natalie, and Natalie and I, we see each other all the time. So she wasn't. I was just hi Natalie. So Patty Negri, of everybody that was here, she just ran up to me and she's like, "Oh my God, Mike, I finally get to meet you." And then there's me. I grew up a big fan of Ghost Adventures and seeing her on Ghost Adventures, trying not to tear up like, oh, Patty Negri.
You don't know. I get to pick them both up at the airport in like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. I am just, oh, I'm going to go, Natalie, and say, this is from Mike.
Don't say I learned that from Mike.
I can't wait to see them both again because I got to spend a weekend with them both last year. And I'm like, I can't wait. I can't even tell you. I'm counting
How
down
weird is it?
days.
She actually just messaged me.
Did
Speak
she?
of her. Yeah.
I love that.
I love her. She's a sweetheart.
Oh, they're both so incredibly genuine. And people don't realize that because, both of them, and I know you don't get to see Natalie as much in that public eye as you do Patty, but Patty always comes off as very sweet and very, all of the sticky sweet. And I know some people might look at her like, oh, that's show. No, it's not showbiz. It's her. It is.
Oh yeah.
It is her to the 10th. Like, oh my God.
She is also one of those, if you take a picture with her, she will tell you she does not like it and to do it again.
Ah.
Like I can't tell you how many pictures we took because the lighting wasn't right or there was a shadow. And I'm like, I love this. This is awesome.
And I love it because this year I get to work with them. It's like, I'm so bummed that you can't be up here in a couple of weeks, but are you going to the Michigan Paragon in like September?
Michigan Paragon. I'll have to see what date that is.
Because
I'm trying to find reasons to get off work.
Natalie's going to be there. I'm going to be there. And I can't wait because I'm really hoping they put my booths right by Natalie and Patty's. So, so I can get girl fan chill all weekend. I will be so happy if that happens.
That is the one thing I love about the paranormal field is I use it as excuses to get off work.
There you go. There you go. We'll look up the Michigan Paranormal Conference 2023. Or I can even send you a link to it. So there you go.
Either or.
There we go. We'll make it happen one way.
I wrote it on my whiteboard.
There you go. I mean, it's amazing. I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to it like you wouldn't believe. So, and Vulture City, because I'm going to be with them. I'm telling you, they're going to be so sick of me by the end of the year because I'll with them in Vulture City too. So you have plenty of excuses to get off and join us someplace. Get off of work and join us someplace.
Yeah, Courtney, me and the whiteboard. Actually, they are erased. So you know what that means? That means I am finally all caught up on what I have to do.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
That means I need ideas.
You need ideas. You don't need ideas, Mike. You do not. I don't have whiteboards. I have tablets of paper that I haven't yet to finish last week's list, let alone.
I already started working on something else, so it just never stops here.
Exactly. It never ends. And when you think it's done, it starts again anyway. So Miss Lori would love a card tonight. Lady love. Lady luck. Ooh. You know what did I just say? Lady luck. Lady luck. Abundance. I can't make it up. I'm giggling over here because I'm loving this. I might be psychic. I don't know. But
there's a strong possibility.
You never know. But I do like this because you know what? I feel I'm hearing also your ship has come in, Lori. Your ship has come in. And I do feel like that's just a change in everything. So abundance, I don't want to just put it financial. I want to put it financial. I want to put it love. I want to put it in mind. I want to put it in spirit. I want to put it everywhere, and in new electricity, all of it. You know what I mean? All of it. I want to put it in everything. Like it's like you finally surrendered and said, fine, whatever. You know what I mean? Bring it to me. And even as I'm saying this, I'm hearing whatever in my head. And I think the whatever is you in spirit. But I do feel like this is your time that you're starting to shine, that you're really starting to see this turnaround and literally things coming to you, finally coming to you. Okay. But I do think this is in spades. I think this is in different aspects all over. And, I decided to pull another card because it told me to. And look at that, the surrender card. Oh, my gosh. There you go. Oh, my God. Your list. Oh, I love that. She's actually working on her website. I love that. But it's the surrender card that came with that abundance card, Lori. So what do you think about that? And I loved it because one more card is acceptance. And they just keep telling me to pull the cards because you can't deny what's happening right now. So you have to accept everything that's happening to you along with that surrendering. And we'll just stop it with the blossoming card, darling, because you are, with everything that's going on, you are just exploding into the beauty of you. And it's going to be phenomenal, darling. You are finally letting you be you. You're coming out of this, you're accepting yourself, and the glory of who you are is going to be just phenomenal. So there you go. She's a woman that likes to tell me nope, nope, nope. And there's what, 4 cards and myself that all told you the same thing. I guess there you go.
There's really not one I could say to work on. I mean, she's
Finally
doing pretty good. But if there was one to keep focusing on that crown. That's another crown one. Just surrender.
Yeah.
Crawl. Get close to that faith. If you have faith, doesn't matter what you believe in, as long as you have faith in something.
Love that. Love that. I think we both nailed her to the wall. She ain't got no choice but to figure it out now. She's like, damn, Mike, thank you. She actually said it really nicely. I just like to add the damn there because, it's just. But she's like, damn it. Notice how she thanked you and not me.
I will take it.
She's telling me to shut up.
She's like, what? No, I hear it right now. Whatever.
Whatever. I said thank you. I love Lori. The world does not know how much I love Lori, and I can't express it enough. She's a lady that when I go to Florida with my grandkids, we have to have Lori play dates. So it's awesome. We have to do it. So, oh my gosh, I'm getting lost in comments, guys. You guys are awesome, but you're making me lost in comments. Mike, that damn was in a good way.
Thank you.
There you go. There. So in other words, it was damn. Like, damn, you nailed me.
Water.
Okay. I seriously got lost in the comments here. Like I'm lost. I'm scrolling up and down and up and down. And I couldn't find anything highlighted. I was like, oh my gosh, another time I'm scrolling away, and it had to be Carly. So squirreling away, squirreling all over the place. Let's figure out what
This is a questionable question.
A questionable question.
Does she want a reading, or does she want a reading about if she can get a reading?
Ooh.
That was just my sarcasm. I'm sorry, guys.
Smart ass are we? And my Yoda.
Now socks. I see where my daughter gets it from.
And wear my best Yoda socks. Smart ass are we? He's gonna put that in the new commercial. Smart ass are we? You're gonna fuck your life. Excuse my language. I've been doing so good at not having such a potty mouth lately. The other day, I could barely get myself to swear. I was trying and I couldn't get him to. It was so incredible. I mean, the world was in front of me.
I have to stop. I can't help it. My daughter's running around saying stuff. We got a new puppy a couple weeks ago, and he did something the other day, and I just looked around. I was like, "Fucking dog!" And my daughter just stands up. She goes, "You fucking dog!" I was like, "Stop it!"
I love it. Okay, on to you, Miss Carly, because boy, you're just coming in. First off, I got was squirrel, and she's like, "I don't have that issue at all." LOL. But right off the bat, Carly, I got. The squirrel, and I'm still hearing squirrel in my head, squirrel. So I'm kind of wondering if you just get squirrely moments. I mean, most of us do. So that's kind of generic, darling. But, I don't know a lot about you, Carly, even though we're friends on Facebook, we've met and everything, but I do know you got a lot coming. Oh, wow, this is really weird because you have a lot coming in. Okay. So tells me you're definitely a reader. And I think I know that about you, but I'm not positive, but definitely information is coming in. And I feel like you're really settled with that. So this is at a professional level that you're at because the information's coming in. It's like, this is just my way of life. But currently, you're working on some throat chakra stuff, darling. You're just working on this. And I feel like this is kind of like going to a new level of you. I hate the words downloaded. I hate the words upload, all those ones. But I feel like you're just going to another level of you, a better version of you. and you're kind of working through that because it feels like it's a little unsettling in the belly and it's working up through the heart chakra and then coming out. And I just hear that it's just you kind of up leveling. Okay. God, again, I hate those terminology, but I feel like that's where it's at for you. I'm also seeing some abilities kind of getting more sharpened than they were before because my eyes now are starting to feel like I'm like going honing in on stuff. So I do feel like that's really kind of happening a lot for you. I also feel like you've been getting a lot more signs from spirit because I'm starting to see ravens and everything around me. So these things are coming in. Feel like it's really clear. Wondering if you have a new ability that's coming in or one you're kind of tuning in on because my ear is starting to ring a little bit, which usually tells me either I got a beginner, which I know you're a beginner, but I feel like you've got more coming in, more just another ability or strengthening of abilities happening. Okay. Wow, I love this because then the card I pulled for you, the first one anyway, because apparently tonight's the night of the game is more cards, is beginnings, the beginnings card. So it is kind of you per se starting a new beginning. Okay. Again, like I know you've been doing at this for a long time, but it's starting something new, starting something fresh, up leveling, and it is taking you to that next level. Um, wow, which is really incredible because of the next card I pulled for you was the void, and I like that because that's where dreams happen. That's where all the mysticism, all the dreams, all the anything is possible happens. So I think right now you're at a time with all this going on. It is truly your time to go. Okay, what else do I want to do? What else is possible? And make this happen for yourself. Okay, darling? And I love how you said finally taking time for yourself because self love was the third card I pulled for you. So I'm going to send this over to Mike.
Wow, I don't even know where to start.
I'm loving these new cards. What about you?
I am. I really am. Because it's weird. Before you said throat, that's where I've kind of learned to listen to you. I've started learning to pay attention to how you react to the readings
Oh,
or how I feel as well is kind of where I focus on. I'm getting a little bit better at this
I
stuff.
think you're rocking this. Yes.
Even when you said throat, I feel like there's quite a few. With this one, I would go with throat, root, sacral. Ground yourself, let that inner child come out. I feel like there may have been some. I don't know. I don't want to get these wrong. So, you need to find that inner child, find some fun, and speak about it. Speak about who you are. And don't be afraid to show yourself. Ultimately, it's coming out of that shell, being you. Express who you are. If you get into any journaling, I would ask, what are some things that I think or feel but have never expressed to anyone? What would I say if I was not afraid of what anyone thinks? To me, this is a lot about expressing. Yep. Don't doubt yourself. Express who you are and be proud of it.
I love that. I love it. In my head, I got the song, Express Yourself. Sorry. You were spot on. Don't doubt yourself. I love that, Carly. I love it. I love it. I love it. Awesome. Okay, let's go on to our next one. Miss Tina, any card regarding career for me? My current position is draining me, just draining me. Okay, Tina, for some reason, I feel like I feel that for you. Wow. Literally, wow. It's all I keep just saying wow, 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 because I feel like you keep going to new levels. You know what I mean? Just new levels of draining, or new levels of taking in more, because I just feel like you're taking in and taking in and taking in and just taking on more and more and more. And more. And I think I could say that over and over again, because I just kind of feel it. But I also feel like right now for some reason I know you want to that reading on career, but at the same time I feel like you're shutting out that world, so it's like I want it but I'm shutting it off, I want it but I'm shutting it off, which tells me that you're in this position of kind of being this, even to your head, if you're saying, oh my god, I want a new job, I want to go someplace else, blah blah blah, your heart is going and your body's going, maybe not right now. So it's kind of like that stuck catch in between places. Because I do feel like even though your career right now is very draining, your position's really draining. I feel like I'm hearing it's going to get better. It's going to get easier. And it might just be that, your tolerance or you're able to do more is going to like expand a little bit. Um, and I'm hearing possible new new position. So thank you. And the weird thing is when I'm saying like I'm hearing new position, I'm seeing new position, and it's saying attraction. Okay, the attraction I really feel is bringing that position to yourself. So it's opening up. So it's not so much leaving the current job or the current company, but attracting a new position into yourself. That is going to be you doing some work though, darling. So it's like you putting out that effort to go, I'm attracting something into me. I value me. I expect this for myself and being open to that. And then kind of going forth with that. But then I also pulled the acceptance card, which tells me it goes right along with you accepting the value of who you are, that you don't need to continue in the position that you've been in, and that you can accept that you're much more valuable than where you're at. I already think you know that, but it's an acceptance of it. So it's not a knowing, it's a complete acceptance of it. And then take what they give to you, because even the next card is a realization card. So these are all kind of going hand in hand in hand. So it's like accept it, accept it, realize it, bring it to you, accept that you are really worthy of this, and then realize it, let the light bulb go off so that you can say, wow, this is me, this is mine, and then be able to take that and run with it. So there you go, Mike.
All right, this one I'd focus on the solar plexus. Be confident in control of your life. It's for motivation, willpower, and vitality. Spend a little bit of time around fire. Get build some confidence, feel some warmth. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be fire. You get some candles, hot tub. Just feel the warmth, feel the willpower, and find that positive sense of self. If you get into mantras or affirmations, stick with I can. I can be successful and empowered. I can be a confident person. One of the questions I would ask if you journal, or even something to just think about, is in what ways am I a driven and motivated person? And I hope that helps.
I love that. I love that. Hopefully that helped you tonight, Miss Tina. Okay, we got time for one more, and we got one left. So there we go. Miss Christina Dodd, how can I get motivated to meditate again? One, you need to get out of it's kind of getting out of your own way, okay? Because the minute I read that, I'm holding my breath and I'm kind of going, I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? It's holding your breath as you're pushing out air, and it's just, this feels heavy. This feels blah to me. And I feel like you need to find where the value is. I'm listening. Oh, my guides are going, are you listening? Are you listening to me to listen to this, But my guides are being smart asses. But with that, it's just it's kind of like finding that what is your motivation to do this? What is it you want to get out of this? For myself, it's what, I don't like to meditate just to sit down and meditate. I like to meditate to get into trance. I like to meditate to get those bigger things coming in. I want that philosophy. I want God's eye. I want all of that. So when I meditate, when I get down to when I get my motivation to meditate, that's where I go. And I feel like you need to find what it is you're trying to get out of the meditation. So if somebody's looking at you just going, hey, you need to meditate, literally look at them, go, why do I need, what is my motivation for this? And I know you're like, how can I get motivated? But it's really that in a nutshell. It is, why do you want to do it? If it's just to do whatever, it's not going to get you anywhere. So it's finding your passion. What is your want? Do you want to be prosperous? Do you want to be calm in the mind? Are you trying to bring things to you? Do you want to go into trance? Do you just want to find peace? Heck, do you just want to find 5 minutes to yourself? All those, and so many more, are so many great reasons, but that's really what you have to do. Now, the card I'm pulling for you, darling, is extremes. And I know I'm pulling this card initially. I'm like, what the hell does that have to do with anything? But I do feel like for yourself, it is going to that extreme. It isn't just like going, oh, I just want to calm my mind and get peace. It's, what more I can do. So I feel like we have to put a challenge on you, like, hey, over the next week, I want 5 minutes today, I want 10 minutes tomorrow, I want 15 minutes the day after. And within 7 days, I want to hear what God told you. You know what I mean? Or what your higher self told you. And I feel like for you, it's pushing past all of that to get you to do it. And then, of course, the next card is look for the unexpected. So honestly, I think I'm hitting it right on. I think I'm hitting it right on the head when I'm saying go to extremes. Look for those things most people don't find in meditation, and then see what comes in and allow it just to happen. Go for it, Mike. I talked fast.
I was going to say, can you say all that again?
I was looking at the time going,
for me, this one personally, as somebody who did not meditate until recently, focus on that root, get grounded with earth, plant your feet, you got to support yourself and you got to be stable in order to get comfortable. Again, you can't motivate anybody to do anything. All we can do is encourage. Motivation is something you have to do it yourself. And like DeEtte said, it's something you have to have a reason to. You have to want to do it. So focus on that root chakra. If you get into mantras, start with I do feel at home with my body. I do have everything I need to create the life I desire. Maybe as a question, if you journal, maybe ask yourself, what's a good one? Just off the top of my head, has there ever been, this doesn't make sense, but you can do it. Has there ever been a time in my life when my basic needs of food, water, warmth, rest, security, and safety weren't met? How did I feel at this time? That question made no sense for that.
I think it did.
There's not a question for that.
Right.
That's not but again, you can't motivate somebody. It's something, like you said, you have to want to do it. You have to have a reason to.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Definitely take your time. If you get into meditation, it is not something to rush.
No. That's why I said 5 minutes today, 10 minutes tomorrow. Because if you sit there and go, oh my gosh, you got to do this for half an hour, an hour, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. And if you try to do it just to do it, you're never going to find the reason to do it. So.
Right.
Oh my God, guys, this ended up being a fast hour. How about you, Mike?
Oh, for sure.
Wow. Okay, everybody, we got to get off and let the next people come on. Mike's going to work on, our new everything plus work, plus study, plus kids, plus everything, because it's Mike. So his whiteboard, we need pictures of the whiteboard, because by the time he's done tonight, it's going to be full.
It will be.
And happy 4/4 to you too today. What a great day.
All right, you guys. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
All right, where's the credits?
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.